What's up, everybody? Welcome back to We the Champs. So good to have you here. I'm your host, Jalen, and we have our co-host, Carolina Blue here. We the Champs. Yeah, we get down for the best sports show on the turf, on the gridiron, on the court, in the pool, on the diamond. So just do us a quick favor, hit that bell notification, hit that like, comment, subscribe so you never miss out on any of the action going down with We the Champs. And today we're getting into some MLB talk. So, Blue, it's time to play ball. All right. Let's get into it. So big news, big headline this week. The Negro League stats are being integrated into the MLB stats as well. I mean, if you think about this, this is wild. There hasn't been any other, from what I know of, any other leagues that coexisted where the stats were integrated. I mean, you think of the ABA and the NBA that they had going on. You know, there was different caliber players there, so to say. And I think they absorbed how many teams? Was it 4?
I think that's about 4, but it's still ongoing because there were teams everywhere in the Negro League. So yeah.
No, for the ABA and NBA, I was just doing a comparison.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then Dr. J, I spoke to Moses. So do you remember if Dr. J stayed and played in the ABA for a little bit?
Do not remember.
Okay.
My recollection of Dr. J has always went to 76ers. You know. Yeah. So I mean, I've been a basketball fan, but 76ers was my earliest recollection with him.
All right. But yeah. So for sure, this is pretty cool. I mean, you look back on it, so it wasn't quite so. The differential in the league wasn't really, minor leagues feeding up to major league system. It was just a color barrier in the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how could you say one set of people can't play as good? If it's the same, they're playing on the same. And then another thing, the ABA, they had quite different rules from the NBA. So, a lot of it couldn't change over. We're talking about the same exact rule set going on with the Negro Leagues. And so I remember as a kid learning about all the players, Satchel Paige, what was my guy's name? Josh Gibson, the home run leader from the Negro Leagues. Yeah. And then, of course, the one everybody knows, Hall of Famer, Jackie Robinson, a guy who broke the color barrier. So this is really cool. Just feel like it's also in the same retrospect, if you think about just not awareness, just acknowledgement for the Negro Leagues, because a lot of people don't even know it necessarily existed. I mean, we didn't have a white basketball league and a black basketball league. It was just primarily NBA, ABA, like I said. Same for football. There wasn't a black football league or white football league. It was just NFL or whatever it used to be, I believe. So, big props to this. And one interesting thing about that, so, this was like a 3-year research project. So guys went back several years ago and they researched stats through the Negro Leagues from like all the box scores, the players and the games, and accumulated to what it is now to have optimal accuracy. So I just think that's pretty cool. Sure enough.
One thing that really stuck out to me, I heard this years ago. That was actually, I can't remember who the MLB player was, but he actually said that the guys in the Negro League were actually better than the guys that played in the MLB during that time. That's just that just shows you the level of talent that they had. And then another thing, you look at it, man, I mean, those guys, wasn't nothing for them guys to pitch, start 30, 40 games a season like that. Just their overall durability playing during those times, man.
For sure. All right, let's move on. So, we got to talk the Bronx Bombers. Yankees on the roll right now. Soto and Judge are must-see TV going back-to-back in that lineup. I mean, I remember over the past 2 weekends, I can't tell you how many times I look at the box scores, 2 home runs, 3 home runs by both of them. Then you got Stanton right behind them coming up, just booming it out the park. And they're both on the MVP watch at the moment.
Right.
We've spoken about it before. The addition of Juan Soto isn't just a plus for his spot in the lineup, but just overall the morale of the team. It's like, all right, this guy comes in here, with the swag and whatnot. He's hitting good, so let's pony up as a baseball team, and each of us individually go out on the plate and show out. And I believe Judge I think he's tied for the home run lead right now. It might be 17 or 18. I saw the stats a couple of days ago. But baseball, NBA, you got it. Well, specifically baseball, you have to keep up with it on a day-to-day basis. It changes so fast. And then Volpe the other night it was kind of all right, so is this considered an in the park home run? So it was a triple, but they threw the ball. The ball got stuck. They couldn't find the ball, so he automatically advanced on. Was that? Is that a ground rule home run, or like what is that?
No. It's just he gets a triple. That's it. Cripple, not a cripple, but a triple.
He gets a triple
with the system and area. It's not
okay.
Not inside the park.
Yeah. Okay. That was pretty cool. And then you look at the mound and see how good the Yankees are doing without Garrett Cole, who is due to come back later this season. Luis Hill, big boy, is throwing that pressure down the strike zone. I think the other night Luis Hill had about 13 strikeouts. I want to say it was a Yankees rookie record, but he's been very, very impressive from the mound. Yeah, man. So I see good things coming up for this team as long as they can stay healthy. And we don't need any guys like Stanton or Judge going out. Definitely not Judge. We need that batting going into the playoffs.
Yes.
All right. So let's see what else we got here. And then we're looking at the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. out for season with ACL injury.
Right there.
I'm not a Braves fan. I know you sure as hell ain't a Braves fan. But
no.
I see him play, man. You're from South Carolina. I grew up in Georgia, so I like to see the Braves do well. So I remember I hated seeing Ronald Acuna out. Was it 2 years ago they won the pennant?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
So he didn't play in that postseason run. However, they still won the championship with him sidelined with injury. But it just sucks, man, to see the former MVP go down. How you feel about this?
He wasn't having that great of a season, no way. So not saying that he. But then again, also all that when he got hot, it was during the second part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I mean, this is the first half and the second half, and that's when things pretty much settle in. You see which way the league's going to go, or who's going to be there in the end and who's not. I mean, teams they will just pick it up right after the All-Star break, and that's what Acuna usually did. He played solid first half, and then the second half he just turned it on.
Turned it on. That's what they're gonna miss out on.
Yeah, just something else
so
to deal with.
Yeah. So you're looking at the Braves, huh?
Even though I'm a Yankees fan, that's where I'm just watching them right now because I mean they, like you said, the injuries, man. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and it's gonna kill them. It's gonna kill them.
It could be detrimental. Yeah, Ronald Acuna. So they're losing. So the Braves are without their ace pitcher, arguably the best pitcher in the game, is Strider, and without their former MVP in Ronald Acuna. So I think that they'll still do well, but without those two pieces, there's already a little speculation without Strider. Now without Acuna in that lineup, I mean they still got those tough guys, Olsen and the rest of the gang. So we'll see where it goes. But I think they'll stay a strong team. But as far as going to the top, maybe not so much. All right.
Yeah.
And
they're not gonna run away with it like they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening.
And then especially in the NL East. Yeah. All right. Especially in the NL East with the Philadelphia Phillies right there. All right. And while we're talking about former MVP, let's get into the MVP race. So atop the American League, we have Juan Soto, and atop the National League, we have Mookie Betts running for MVP. And so, I mean, I love baseball, man. So you look at, you think about other sports. In basketball, you're never going to have two players of the same team running for MVP or in the MVP odds in the high standings. Football, you can, however, as the season goes on, one of them is really going to separate from the other. So if you look at where Brock Purdy and CMC were, they really separated in that regards. And who else was on there? Tua was on there, and Tyreek Hill. One of them is going to get the nod over the other, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the quarterback. Now, in baseball, you can have two guys neck and neck for the season, and if they both continue to play at the same caliber, then they could be neck and neck. It could literally come down to the last month. Okay, we have these two guys. It could be Shohei and Mookie running for MVP, or we can look at Judge and Soto atop the MVP race. Granted, they're on different they're in different leagues, but that's some kind of things we can say. So, did you take a look at the list?
Yes.
Any surprise names you seen up there that you just didn't expect, or it's like now you're looking at it, you're like, oh, okay, really, that name's in there.
Yeah, I told you the what's the kid named in the National League?
Gunner? No, not Gunner.
Yeah,
but they're in the AL East.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson. He's a big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
From the Orioles, he's at plus 500, but he's killing it right now. He got 18 home runs, 40.
Yeah, shortstop.
RBIs. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like old Gunnar. I remember watching him come up. Well, on my other feed, he was one of the top players in the MLB organization.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He had a grand slam on Wednesday. Helping Boston out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then another name I'm surprised to see. This is the ESPN list I'm looking at. Anthony Volpe is ranked number 8. But so fun thing about Volpe. So like I said, guys, you have to with baseball MLB stats, you have to keep up like day to day because that's how fast the rates and the stats change. So when I watched them play, it was either Tuesday or Wednesday night. Volpe was on a 20-game hit streak, and he kept that continuing against the Los Angeles Angels. So he's been pretty good. And like I just said, he had the triple with the score error when the ball got lost, and not technically an inside the park home run, but if you think about it, it was kind of an in the park home run. He was jetting for that thing too. All right, so we go down to the National League, who I believe is the best player in the National League. Or really, I think it's Shohei. However, if you look at the position they're in, Shohei is a designated hitter this year and not at the mound. So that's why I specifically put Mookie Betts ahead of Shohei Ohtani. Any names you see in the National League you're surprised to see, or you just didn't expect, and it's like, okay, let me look more into this?
Well, you talking about the Dodgers. I mean, those are the top two here in the top spots for the National League MVP. And then you got Freddie Freeman down there at number 8. He's with the Dodgers as well, so that's crazy.
Freddie Freeman. Yep. On mine, I have Will's. The one I'm looking at has Will Smith on there.
Let's see.
And then we got William Contreras for the Brewers. I don't know if I can say his name right. Jurickson Profar from the San Diego Padres.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellie De La Cruz is on that back end for the Cincinnati Reds. But I love watching that guy play. So whenever I can catch Ellie at the bat, it's pretty entertaining. For sure.
Bat, man. Just watching him feel. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
fast dude.
He has a cannon, yeah.
And then his speed, was stealing bases. So in the game, you got me for my birthday. Bro, you cannot stop this man from stealing base. You have to throw it before he takes off. Oh, man. Ellie is a beast.
What is it, about 6'10"?
6'10"? No, maybe like 6'4", 200.
Oh, this dude's tall. This dude's up there, man. Look at about
Who?
6.
Ellie De La Cruz?
Yeah,
How tall is Ellie De La Cruz?
this cat's tall, man. Let's see his bio.
All right, guys. 6'5". 6'5". I was close.
Yeah. 6'5". Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we're going down to Cy Young. So we're looking at the front runners. Seth Lugo for the Royals in the American League, and Tanner Hook for the Red Sox. I see Tariq Skubal in there. I hear his name a lot, or maybe I catch more Detroit play when I'm skimming through games, and I see Tariq Skubal in there. All right, and Luis Hill, the Yankees rookie pitcher, is up there, man. All right, let me talk about that guy real quick. Like I said before, he's a monster up there on the mound. Could he possibly be one of the Yankees' future aces in the upcoming years?
He could, but they don't keep him. They'll trade him for something. They'll just do something stupid.
Nah, we got to keep this guy. I think we're gonna keep this guy. And then
they've had him in the past, man. They end up trading him, man. End up trading him. Don't get nothing out of it.
Right. And then in the National League front runner, we have Ranger Suarez, followed by Chris Sale and Zach Wheeler and Shota Imanaga, who is also technically a rookie pitcher. He's from Japan. Shota Imanaga for the Cubs, okay. Japanese guy. Yeah, he's filthy. I believe he has the lowest ERA in the league at the moment. I think it's under 1. It's like last time I looked, guys, it was 0.84.
Wow.
Chris Sale right there for the Braves. Zach Wheeler's a monster, man. All right. And rookie of the year. So real quick, we didn't get to do a segment on this guy the other week. Paul Skeens. Okay. Have you seen any of his play?
Yes, I have.
Or you got some highlights. What do you think about it?
I mean, like I told you before, he's a flamethrower. He throws hard. He's a big guy. He throws hard. And for him to have longevity in the league, even the last whole season, you have to have a good mechanic. He's got to have a good mechanics. And it's like there's a little hitch in him somewhere. I think is going to cost him maybe some elbow injuries down the road or something like that. I mean, just to throw that hard. I mean, you look at it, that's where
Strasburg.
I mean, same type deal. I mean, he's retired, and guy from the Braves. I mean, you pitch, you're gonna have issues with your arm, but just to be done for a season, man, it's all about mechanics, man. All about mechanics. And these guys now, they have throwers. I can't say they're not really pitchers because that's the position. They're throwers versus them guys from the old days like Bob Gibson and all them guys used to throw, 30, 35 games a season. End up like 29-6 record. You'll never see that again. You never see these games. You look at their mechanics, man. Those guys had perfect mechanics. Nolan Ryan, Thomas Seaver, all them older heads, versus these guys now that follow through is awful. They just throw with an arm. They're not using their body. Not good mechanics. So that's why their careers don't last as long now.
So you think
you'll never see another 20-game winner in today's MLB. You will not see it. You will not see it. When in the old days, that's all you saw, 25 and 8.
But do you think some of that has to do with analytics? And now I remember watching games as a kid. They only took the pitcher out, huh?
Watching games. Go ahead.
Yeah, games as a kid, they only took a pitcher out if he was doing bad or if there really had to be something done. Now, it's nothing for a guy to pitch 3-4 innings. They have a middle rotation pitcher.
You don't have these guys. They rarely go whole game, full 9 innings now. That was nothing for Bob Gibson, Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, all of Doc Gooden, all them guys back in the day. It's nothing for them to, to go a full 9. Then wait, then stay in rotation. Come again 3-4 days later, they pitching again, doing it again. Still going 7 innings. these guys, if they go 5 or 6, that's a good. If they go 5 or 6 innings now, that's a good outing for them. You know, that's all they want from it now. Then you bring in a reliever, a middle setup guy, then it's over with. You know, yeah, these guys they're better athletes, but they just go ahead.
So I see what you're saying. So you're comparing. So you're not saying you don't think it's bad for the game, do you? You just think it's just different. Like trying to compare the pitchers now to back then, you're just like it's not the same. It's
from a fan's standpoint, it is bad because once again, then those guys they had longevity. All those guys had longevity in the league in every position. You know, you got a chance to watch these guys, and they grew on. You knew who these players are because they stay. Same thing in the NBA. They stay with a team for so long, and and now these guys they're in and out, shifting in and out. They never stay with the team a couple of years. You know, I remember I used to be able to, these guys come up. Me and my buddy Rodney. We sit down and watch baseball and stuff like that. Every player that come up, we knew who it was. Changing pitches, knew the pitcher. Now you barely know them. They don't stay with the team. They don't stay with the team long enough. You know.
Right.
They stay with them a couple years and then they out. They bringing somebody else up. You know.
All right, sweet. But yeah, that's real. It's so many guys. I remember going when I went to the ACC baseball tournament last week. Was watching North Carolina play. I'm sorry you couldn't make it, Dan. But no, it was awesome, man, guys. So North Carolina hit 3 leadoff home runs to start the game in the first inning. It was like you see the first guy do it. It's like, whoa, okay, all right. Second guy, damn, all right, I see what's going on. But the third was just insane, and it didn't stop there. So I remember the fourth batter. I'm not sure if he grounded out or he struck out, or if it was a line out. They called it the outfield. So that happened. In the fifth batter hit a home run. So it was 4 first inning home runs with the first 3 leadoff hitters hitting a home run. But like I said, I was watching these games, and this is at the college level. They're taking the guys out every 2 innings or so. And Friday night when they played Wake Forest in the quarterfinals, or it's pool play, but whoever would have won went to the semifinals of the ACC tournament. They just kept taking out pitchers. And some guys, I'm like, okay, they should have kept him in. And there was that number 4 for Wake Forest. Shout out that guy. He was pretty dope. He was shutting a lot of North Carolina stuff down. They're connecting on the ball, but it was a lot of pop-ups, ground balls thrown out. Not so many strikeouts, but enough. And when they took him out, I'm like, okay, maybe we're going to tee off on the next guy. You got a 3-run inning. Then the following inning was a 2-run inning. So, yeah. But they do that to change up the pace, right? It's like, all right, let's bring in this left-handed guy who can do this. It's strategy during the game. So I get it. But I feel what you're saying. It's like the longevity and the toughness really just staying out there with your arm and pitching is, more impressive than what these guys can do with the ball whenever they show up to the mound, whatever they can do with the ball with their stuff.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Now these guys, they're nasty. They got some balls, some pitches for you, but still, though, just the longevity of the pitchers today versus ones back in the day is not there. It's not. Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's bad for the fans. Somebody who loves to watch baseball, like myself, but you get used to the team, see this player, then a couple years later he's gone. They bring in somebody else up from the minors. That's not true. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for the game. It's not.
I hear you. But guys, how about wraps it up for this MLB edition of We the Champs? Carolina Blue, we appreciate you coming on. Guys, y'all have a weekend. Go to a ball game, drink you a beer, get you some peanuts, a hot dog, some cotton candy. Hey, whatever your issue is. But we appreciate you guys. We the Champs. We out.
Later.
Peace.